Good morning, friends. I'm going to talk to you about where you should be in your daily routine for each day. What we really need to be doing now to balance the amount of energy that we're able to receive with our own willpower and ability to use wisdom and discernment in how to use this higher cosmic energy requires that you have a pretty disciplined routine to the spiritual aspect of your life, to the multidimensional aspect of your life. And how this is really going to help you is going to be unfolding more and more and more as each day progresses, because we already know things are changing. Those of you watching this video especially, but also in the world, those who have not woken up yet, those who are still clinging on to the old system, are still seeing the reactions that the earth is having to the new energy, are still seeing the reactions that human society is having to the new energy. And that proves for you, my friends, that no matter what, who, or where you are, you cannot escape the light as the father source that will be altering our own DNA. The sun's frequency is changing because of its integration within a galactic star cluster that has been absorbing the sun now for quite a long time. Right around the time where the solar system is passing by the dark rift in the center of the Milky Way galaxy, so that the black hole can absorb all the light that was unable to conform to the new vision, the new laws of reality. We know black holes absorb light, but you also have to know a black hole is a specific entity. It's like a dark omnilord, and so it has consciousness. So yes, it appears to be absorbing all light, but at the same time, most of us don't understand, can't see the light of our souls, can't see the light of different things. And a black hole is consciously aware of wavelength, what wavelength, how big that bandwidth of light that it's absorbing should be. So the black hole will be absorbing those who choose not to work as diligently on themselves as they need to prepare themselves for the new earth. I woke up at 5:15. Why did I wake up at 5:15? Because waking up before the sun is hugely important in countering your own inner light. And waking up before the sun is actually how you need to rise your kundalini. You need to rise your light. You need to raise your chi as the sun is raising into your part of the world. And so ultimately, you will want to wake up between 2 and 3 hours before the sun, because you want to complete the progression of the practices I'm quickly going to explain for you in a short enough video, before the sun rises, and then you will do your honoring, your praising to the sun at the sunrise, and then that will have given you your own the power to control your own destiny, to control the level of your own rising light, and at the same time connect you with the divine cosmic body of our Father the Sun. And that, I hope, being said, is simple enough for you to understand that it's worth getting over whatever laziness or whatever mental um, objections your mind might have to getting out of bed at anywhere between 3:30 to 5:30, quarter to 6, because you really have no excuse. And if you really want to play a bigger part in helping the world ascend, if you really want to play a bigger part in helping yourself ascend, if you really want to play play a bigger part in understanding and knowledge of self, then you need to do this. So whatever excuse you might have, oh, my metabolism, oh, I'm more of a night person, oh, this or that, um, it's an excuse of an aspect of you that probably will be getting filtered out of reality and shouldn't even be remotely um, entertained. So I'm not going to go through my entire practice because this would take 2 hours, and my internet connection is slow, and I'm hoping that I can even upload this video. But you want to put on some kind of after you brush your teeth, wash your face, um, wake yourself up. You want to put on some kind of loud music, maybe about 5 minutes, to really put that vibration in you, and also begin aligning you with the first stage of raising your kundalini, which is mantra, which is sound vibration. So if you're starting out, you can actually just meditate to the music, but this effect will be 1/100th of the effect of you producing your own mantras, you creating and affirmations for that specific day. What energies you wish to raise in yourself that day, and then singing about them, creating a beautiful expression of them. And you'll notice these things will kind of work through a level of the energy body that most people aren't aware of its structure. Whereas in the bottom of the energy body is the spatial, the ether elements, and the air elements. So the sound waves, hence um, activating that. So you want to do your, um, today for me, it's just like complete joy. But there's also, I'm staying at a place with other people, and so for respect for them, I'm actually was only able to sing in my mind, but normally I would never do that, and I can't really sing for you guys now because, well, out of respect for them. But today I basically released tones just of my joy, and then sang in some English about my joy and how my joy was rising. and the the how good and great I feel because of my own ability to control the rising level of my joy. And then I did some more standard Sanskrit mantras. After you finish with the sound, you enter into a silent mudra meditation. Um, the silent mudra meditation should go on about half as long as your sound meditation went on in the morning. So directly after finishing the mantra, you enter the silent mudra meditation. Again, your mudras may vary and shift depending on the same kundalini frequency, vibration, tone that you want to program your rising kundalini, your rising light for this specific day, today, every day. And so say you did 45 minutes of the mantra meditation, you would then do 25 minutes of the mudra, silent, no words, no sounds, and silence. And you want this one to definitely be before the sun rises. If the sun's beginning to rise at this point, you then shift to a much more physical meditation, yoga, tai chi. Maybe you grab your wand, and with your wand, you do counterclockwise circles towards the sun with your right hand, while maybe holding your left hand up and raising while you're swinging counterclockwise circles, raising up, bringing your hand back, opening your heart to the sun, coming back down, creating that um, vortex which receives. And important to keep the left arm raised. Very important to keep the left arm raised. Also important to have a mudra. But again, the mudra in the left arm being raised and the angle of the arm will change depending on the frequency you are raising, so that you may complete the tasks that you know you need to complete that day. Because our destinies are actually written. And the more we become aware of the now, the more we become aware of how the past and future are an illusion and are actually existing at the same time as the now is. And this is raising our light. Raising our light expands our perceptive capabilities and thus expands our ability to perceive longer periods of time as one piece instead of a small moment as one piece. And again, a time lord, if you've heard this term, is one who is able to shift from experiencing very, very minute moments as the now to much, much larger scale moments as the now, and to experience them in a relatively similar understanding, as in if they were the same period of time, but actually one could be an entire week and one could be a 1 minute mantra. So anyway, you'll want to do some sort of sun salutations if you know yoga. You'll want to do some sort of qigong in relation with the rising kundalini if you know tai chi. Or if you want to listen to me, you'll want to have your wand and you'll want to be doing something that is actually creating much larger vortexes and bringing much more of the sun's light energy, which as well is helping guide you in what you should be programming yourself for the day. And this practice is what you need to be doing. I'm not even going to say, oh, it's you really should be doing this. You need to be doing this. It is time. We all understand that right now we're waking up. It's the call of duty, and you will know the unfit teachers based upon how um, how forceful they are in declaring your own need to to focus on the basics, the foundation that you will build your ascension off of, because the ascension is happening. The ascension is happening, and you will ascend. But where you're going to ascend to completely depends on the foundation that you create right now. And so Ascension may not be an amazing experience for everyone. There's parallel fourth dimensional realities right now. There's parallel third dimensional realities right now. And you know what? The fourth dimensional reality that we hold is a horrible, horrible, ugly place filled with everybody's still existing, living um, emotions on the frequency of suffering. And if your foundation is weak and your ego gets inflated because you start getting psychic abilities, you start getting these periods of extreme happiness and thinking like you're changing the world because your world is changing because the light of the sun is changing you. You are very prone to actually screwing yourself, to completely screwing yourself, and possibly ascending into um, a, a parallel reality that will be created to diffuse those that do have the capacity to ascend, that aren't going to be absorbed by the dark rift in the center of the Milky Way, but are at such different levels that if they um, were to stick together as the dimensional frequencies rise, which connects people on a much more collective level, so that we are becoming more into the one, and therefore each of our separate things that we use to express ourselves in reality um, begin expressing themselves in other people as well. And so those baselines, and I really don't care. Honestly, I really don't care if you say that I feel I'm light, I'm a light body, and I'm love, and I'm joy, because deep down, some things have happened in your life. Deep down, there is pain. Deep down, there is reason, there was suffering. And in the past, these things happened. And just because now you feel so happy that you're in this time period and you're going through all these changes, doesn't mean that your soul doesn't still, it doesn't mean that your spirit, because the soul is different than the spirit, um, it, it doesn't still have those marks of whatever things happened in your life that you suffered from, because those emotions live on. Those emotions live on in the fourth dimension. And so just understand that time isn't what you believe it to be, and now is the only thing that exists, but now um, can be a lot bigger than than what you may be experiencing now as. I hope you understand that. And your main solution right now is to start doing this, because this practice of rising the kundalini, rising your light with the light of the sun, aligning them, um, toning them to specific vibrations, causes a magnetic response in the energy body system, causes a movement of energy that does recycling, and a recycling uh, factor to such a potent level that you cannot even understand. And I will not be confident to say that anybody who does not do these practices is completely safe. I mean, certainly the there's things outside of the normal for everything, or there's special cases, however you say it. But really, it's what is. So, if you really want to take the risk, the gamble that 1 in 150,000 that doesn't need to do um, basically what the sun is trying to have us do, so that we align ourselves each day with the constantly evolving solar energy, then take that risk. But take that risk and gamble at your own expense, knowing that you could end up ascending into some place where you'll be living a lifespan 5 to 20 times longer than you live now, and it will be uh, a place that holds suffering, and holds pain, and holds fear, that were the results of entities you created in your life, in different parts of your life, when you were less aware, and when you gave in more to those emotions. Those entities were created by you, and they will exist somewhere in your etheric